Absolutely. I love that question so much because indeed it is what's required to begin to really surrender. It does require this courage and to sort of almost like allow yourself to free fall, as you begin to feel yourself kind of descending into the underworld, surrendering into the process and realizing, okay, I guess this is where my soul has brought me. I guess that, and in that, there's the wisdom of our higher self. I like to think of the higher self as the aspect of us that writes our destiny. And as such, if we find ourselves in these challenging circumstances, which are incredibly painful and difficult, I like to think, why now? And that our higher self would never do anything that would be out of alignment with our evolution. Everything that the higher self is supporting us with is assisting us to self-mastery. And so in that process of descending and experiencing trauma, it can be helpful to sort of explore, okay, so if this is part of my process right now, my higher self must know that I have what I need within to negotiate this. So that begins to establish a faith in self, and it's fundamental. Faith is, to me, like a frequency, a bit like an elevator. It's a vibration that does allow us to evolve. So faith of any kind, whether it's faith in a higher power or faith in self, faith is a quality, a frequency, a vibration that allows us access to a higher perspective. And when we have a higher perspective, we can see what's really at play. And that's when, in my experience, I was able to see, like, okay, I am walking in initiation because I'm ready. And it pulled me into a sense of empowerment. It made me feel like I've been training for this. And if we can, when we're in the face of trauma, it's hard to access that because it really can level us. So we want to be really compassionate with ourselves, right? And open our heart to our process. Even that, the expansion of the heart, is an aspect of surrender. So compassion is a way in, and surrender, which requires courage, is the energy that allows us to go through our journey, even if it is sort of a free fall energy. So certainly I would say with trauma, just from a clinical lens, it is so important to engage with trauma in the way that helps us feel safe. So we never want to re-traumatize ourselves. We don't want to go, well, I guess I'm just going to force it. We have to be open-hearted to ourselves and tune in and assess. We'll go a little bit. And if we don't feel safe going any further, we go, hey, that's fine. You want to negotiate it by tuning into an inner felt sense of safety, So I will just say that about trauma. And even clinically, we wouldn't push something. We would gently go deeper as the individual is ready. So we want to do that with ourselves as well, and be really comfortable with what is our process. Sometimes, and this happens, sometimes we begin our descent and we may say sort of like, whoa, this is really, really intense. I need a pause. And that's our free will, and that's fine. And there's no judgment. We can say, okay, I need a pause right here. I'll pick this back up soon. And, and that's when life says, that's what happens when we kind of experience these circumstances in our life where there's opportunities to take advantage of. And we may say, I'm going to wait and I need another year or something like that. And that's totally fine. In other words, what I'm trying to highlight here is we do have free will in terms of our process. And so if for us we need to go slowly, that's great. Honor your whole process. If you are feeling like you can dive right in, that's great. But really tune in. The key is to when we're in a state of trauma, we want to feel held and supported, right? We want to feel safe and protected. And the best way to do that is to develop the ability to have your own back. And one of the best ways to have your own back is continuously tuning in and asking yourself, where am I right now? How am I doing right now? What do I need right now? And honor that, you know?